Later that day, I noticed a stranger in my yard.
He's just standing there, menacingly!
2005 was a great time for video games. There seemed to be something for everyone. We had Resident Evil 4, Call of Duty 2, God of War, Need for Speed Most Wanted, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Animal Crossing Wild World, Spider-Man Ultimate, Mario Kart DS, just to name a few. With heavy hitters like that, there's bound to be a few games that fly under the radar. And on October 20th, 2005, the movie tie-in game Land of the Dead, Road to Fiddler's Green was released to the world. It's a simple FPS about a farmer named Jack that has his home overrun and goes out in search of help. Not a lot of people liked it actually. The Xbox version was chosen by GameSpot as the worst game of 2005. So I figured we should take a look at it. Now, I just want to start off by saying that I found it impossible to get up and running on my machine. I think it has to do with the fact that I'm running Windows 11 because my old computer that had Windows 10 had no trouble playing it. So all the footage you're seeing is from a channel called Akko and Julius, so thanks to them. The game starts off with a lonely and probably confused man standing outside of Jack's place. Now, Jack is an interesting fellow because not only does he have that Travis Grady drip, he hits like a fucking truck. After sucker punching that poor man, Jack decides that fucking shooting him is a better option. So he heads up to the attic to grab his blicky. But seriously, how is there this many zombies on a farm out in the countryside? After defending our home, thanks to the beautiful Second Amendment, we decide to check on our neighbors. So we head through the cornfields, finish off any more stragglers along the way, and upon finding our neighbors mauled to death with blood everywhere, we find out Jack is actually a Gen Z because he zooms right past them to watch brain rot on TV. We learn that everything's gone to shit and decide to hold out on the farm, but sadly, days turn into weeks and food supplies start running low. Upon learning that the military has some safe places in the city from the radio, Jack decides it's time to leave. Once arriving in the city, we can see a shadow of someone standing in the hospital, and instead of just climbing over the cars, we have to go through back alleys and the sewers to get there. We find out that it's a doctor and that he's locked himself in a room to keep himself safe. In this moment, we get a lot of character development from Jack. Instead of sucker punching the doc, we decide to go and find the keys to help get him out. But to no one's surprise, when we find the keys and free him, he's turned into a zombie. And then he fucking asserts his dominance on us. Oh, and the whole fucking hospital is on fire as well. I forgot to mention that. We get out onto the escape balcony, and instead of getting the hell out, Jack decides he needs even more guns, and knows just where to get them. We arrive at a police station and make our way through clearing out any infected. Once arriving in the holding cells, we find the most redneck-looking man, Otis, who's locked up. Now, Jack's a real one, and he doesn't want to see his homies get locked up. So we find out how to free him, and once we get him out, Otis lets us know he's got a truck in the impound lot. Now, instead of just going together like any normal people would, Jack decides to cover him from the roof with a rifle. Now, this is stupid. Why wouldn't they both just go together? Why does Jack stand back with the gun? You both have guns. Just walk through, kill all the zombies, and then get in the truck together. I would understand it if, like, there was a switch Jack had to hit to, like, open a gate or something. But no. So, it doesn't make any sense. Otis drives off, but on the way past, he yells out, "Theater." And now we gotta make our way over there, once again clearing out another place, and then going for a snooze. Then, the motherfucking G Otis pulls up and gets us out. He tells us of a safe haven called the City of the Living. I don't know why it's called that. It's probably just Pittsburgh or something. But we need a boat to get there. So Otis fucking beams it to the docks. And after searching many boats, we end up finding one that he can start. But we need to open the gate. Once done, we come back and learn Otis has been bit. Once on the water, Otis states he doesn't want to become one of them. and asks us to do him a favor. Upon arriving in the city of the living, aka Pittsburgh or Philly or any generic American city, some of the folks need our help lowering the bridge. And since Jack is a man of the people, we do it. We're granted access to the city, and the guards lead us to a man called Mr.
Kaufman. Mr. Kaufman.
I guess he's the man that runs this place, and he was so impressed with us helping out at the bridge, he offers us a job. There's an apartment building called Fiddler's Green. Wait, what? So the game is called Road to Fiddler's Green. Why didn't they just call, instead of saying the city of the living, why didn't they just call the town Fiddler's Green? Because it just seems weird that within the city of the living, there's a building called Fiddler's Green. And like, the whole story of this game is that we're just going to an apartment building to clear it out. Like, I feel like they should have just called the city of the living Fiddler's Green or something like that. I don't know, it just seems kind of dumb to me. He wants us to clear it out so people can live there. We make our way over there, clearing out each floor, and eventually the penthouse. And that's it, that's the game. The ending level was just clearing the penthouse in Fiddler's Green apartment complex. It's clearly a low-budget mid-2000s game, but does it deserve all the hate? I don't really think so. It clearly wasn't on par with a lot of the games I mentioned at the beginning, but considering in 2005 renting games was still a thing, I totally would have been cool with renting this on a Friday night, ordering a pizza, and just killing zombies. Like, it's not a great game, but I can still find entertainment in it. There's actually a multiplayer mode for it as well, Deathmatch, TDM, and Capture the Flag, and then there's also even an invasion mode where players are trapped in a small map and must survive for a certain amount of time. It's a weird but interesting game. I'm still glad it was made and that I got to play it. If you guys enjoyed this little video, maybe consider subscribing, leaving a like, all that cool stuff, and checking out some of my other videos. Thanks for watching.